Pepys' Diary, extracts. Saturday, 10th of June, 1665. Lay long in bed, and then up and at the office all the morning. At noon, dined at home, and then to the office busy all the afternoon. In the evening, home to supper, and there, to my great trouble, hear that the plague is come into the city, though it hath these 3 or 4 weeks since its beginning been wholly out of the city. But where should it begin but in my good friend and neighbour's, Dr. Burnet, in Fanchurch Street, which in both points troubles me mightily. To the office to finish my letters, and then home to bed, being troubled at the sickness. And my head filled also with other business enough, and particularly how to put my things and estate in order, in case it should please God to call me away, which God dispose of to his glory. Sunday, 11th of June, Lord's Day. Up and expected long a new suit, but coming not, dressed myself in my late new black silk Camelot suit, and when fully ready, comes my new one of coloured ferrand in, which my wife puts me out of love with, which vexes me. But I think it is only my not being used to wear colours, which makes it look a little unusual upon me. To my chamber, and there spent the morning reading. At noon, by invitation, comes my 2 cousin Joyces and their wives, my Aunt James, and he cousin Harmon, his wife being ill. I had a good dinner for them, and as merry as I could be in such company. They being gone, I out of doors a little to show forsooth my new suit, and back again, and in going I saw poor Dr. Burnet's door shut. But he hath, I hear, gained great goodwill among his neighbours, for he discovered it himself first, and caused himself to be shut up of his own accord, which was very handsome. In the evening comes Mr. Andrews and his wife and Mr. Hill, and stayed and played and sung and supped, most excellent pretty company, so pleasant, ingenious, and harmless. I cannot desire better. They gone, we to bed, my mind in great present ease. Saturday, 17th of June. It struck me very deep this afternoon, going with a hackney coach from my Lord Treasurer's down Holborn. The coachman I found to drive easily and easily, at last stood still, and come down hardly able to stand, and told me that he was suddenly struck very sick, and almost blind, he could not see. So I light and went into another coach, with a sad heart for the poor man, and trouble for myself, lest he should have been struck with the plague, being at the end of the town that I took him up. But God have mercy upon us all. Tuesday, 20th of June. This day I informed myself that there died 4 or 5 at Westminster of the plague in one alley and several houses upon Sunday last, Bell Alley, over against the Palace Gate. Yet people do think that the number will be fewer in the town than it was the last week. Thursday, 22nd of June. Up pretty betimes, and in great pain whether to send my mother into the country today or no. I hearing by my people that she, poor wretch, hath a mind to stay a little longer, and I cannot blame her, considering what a life she will through her own folly lead when she comes home again, unlike the pleasure and liberty she hath had here. At last I resolved to put it to her, and she agreed to go, so I would not oppose it because of the sickness in the town, and my intentions of removing my wife. So I did give her money, and took a kind leave of her. So I to my office, and left my wife and people to see her out of town, and I at the office all the morning. At noon my wife tells me that she is with much ado gone, and I pray God bless her. But it seems she was to the last unwilling to go, but would not say so, but put it off till she lost her place in the coach, and was fain to ride in the waggon part. Thursday, 29th of June. Up and by water to Whitehall, where the court full of waggons and people ready to go out of town. To the Harp and Bull, and there drank and talked with Mary, she telling me in discourse that she lived lately at my neighbour's Mr. Knightley, which made me forbear further discourse. This end of the town every day grows very bad of the plague. The mortality bill is come to 267, which is about 90 more than the last, and of these but 4 in the city, which is a great blessing to us. Friday, 30th of June. Thus this book of 2 years ends. Myself and family in good health, consisting of myself and wife, Mercer, her woman Mary, Alice and Susan our maids, and Tom my boy. In a sickly time of the plague growing on. Having upon my hands the troublesome care of the treasury of Tangier, with great sums drawn upon me, and nothing to pay them with. Also the business of the office great. Consideration of removing my wife to Woolwich. She lately busy in learning to paint, with great pleasure and success. All other things well, especially a new interest I am making by a match in hand between the eldest son of Sir G. Carteret and my Lady Jemima Montague. The Duke of York gone down to the Fleet, but all suppose not with intent to stay there, as it is not fit, all men conceive, he should.